Non più vorrei questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio d'onesco color, quel vermiglio d'onesco color. Non più avrai quei panacchini, quel cappello, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante. Gloria militar, alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Little Italy. I hope you enjoyed the spaghetti eating contest, and I do need to set something straight before we go any further whatsoever, and that is the fact that the glass of wine that was sitting in front of little Annie was not hers. That was either her mom's or possibly Aunt Jackie's glass of wine. That was definitely not Annie's wine. She does not drink Pinot. So there you go. I wanted to remember to say that because I knew if I didn't, you guys were going to explode the comment section about Annie drinking wine with her spaghetti. Not the case. Not the case. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Dr. Lee. It is good to have you here on July 4th. So happy Independence Day to all of you Americanos. For all the rest of you around the world, I hope you're having a great weekend. And for those Brits that tune in, and yeah, we do have a bunch of you guys, and I love you dearly, it is okay to call us a bunch of insubordinate rebel peasants today. You can get away with it today because we're guilty. So anyway, guys, good to have you here today. Like I said, this is the first video I put out in about a month, and I apologize for that, but it's like all these things came together at once, and we have just been busy and busy and busy, and I've got one more week of this, and I think I'll be done for a while, have a little bit of break, and can get videos out much more regularly. A lot of our rental property has come up, and we've had new tenants. We had tenants move out, tenants move in. One piece of property in particular over in College Station at Texas A&M that we have over there, I showed this on Instagram. The tenants left, and we found this little surprise, and not too happy about that. But this was about the time that Mark was really sick, and then after that COVID hit, and there was no need for rental property in College Station anyway because the university let all the kids go home. So we just put it on the back burner. But we went over there. I put all new valves and faucets and drains and shower heads and all that. But anyway, I went ahead and finished this thing out, put a new surround around it, got it all cleaned up, and it looks good. It's not perfect, but good enough for college kids, if you know what I mean. About all I've had to do out here on the ranch is mow grass. We've had a lot of rain up until the last few weeks, and there was a lot of grass growth, so got most of that knocked down, and it's slowing down now. Probably won't be much for the rest of the summer. And once again, back to Instagram, I do need to make a comment. I did put a video on Instagram about a tree that fell across the road here, and a lot of you guys did not even comment about the tree. You commented about my guard dog, and we're laughing at my guard dog and hanging trash on me about my guard dog. And you know, I told you guys in the last video, y'all saw the last video, I showed you the attack killer rabbits that we have out here, the killer bunnies that we've got out here. And in the same day that this tree fell, Marty and I went on up a little bit further up the road, and he saved my life. And here's a clip of that right here. good old Marty, like my old boss, Dr. Smart, and yes, that really was his name. My first veterinary boss, Dr. Smart, like he told me, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And Marty's got about that much fight in him. He thinks he's 10 foot tall and bulletproof. But most of what has taken up my time in the last 3 weeks is Uncle Floyd's estate stuff. After he passed away, and during all that COVID stuff, his son passed away too. So had all kinds of legal stuff to get sorted out with the attorney, and I got all of that stuff done. And then Uncle Floyd had a great big house, and he was 105 years old, and his wife, who passed away last year, was almost 80 years old. So they had almost 185 years worth of junk in this house, and I just kept looking through there knowing I'd find something good. Did not happen, but they never threw anything away. And not only that, but his wife loved clothes, and Floyd had built her a clothes closet that was bigger than his bedroom, bigger than my bedroom for sure. And she had all of her suits and pantsuits and all that kind of stuff, jackets and slacks and all that, all color corded. You know, there'd be 20 or 30 black jackets here and 10 or 15 greens and some blues, and it went all the way around this big room, and there was a big island down in the middle with coat racks on it, and there were clothes on all that too. I did video a part of it. We had to haul it off to Goodwill. This on my trailer, double axle trailer right here, that constitutes no more than half, more than likely this is about a third of her clothes that we had to carry out and go down the stairs with them, carry them all the way through the house, and load them on the trailer, load after load after load. My wife and I did that. After two estate sales, that only cleared out about 20% of the stuff, so my wife and I went up there, and it took us about 4 or 5 days to get the rest of it, you know, sorted out, carried to the trash, carried to Goodwill, and it was a lot of work. And once we'd done that, the estate people were supposed to clear the attic, and I took a peek. They had not even touched it. The attic was chock full, so it was another 3 days of work. This picture right here shows you about half of what my wife and I pulled down out of the attic. We got all that down, had the house pretty much cleaned out, and my wife found another attic back in the back of the house. It too was chock full, mostly with boxes of papers that weighed about 30 pounds, each box about 30 pounds. Each box was the IRS returns for that year, all the way back to 1993. And we even saw some boxes that had stuff in them from 64. Whew, and it was a mess, and they were heavy. And those attics, I bet they were 140 degrees. It was cooking up there for about 2 minutes, and you just instantly are sopping wet. But man, I am rambling today. But anyway, we got all that crap done and carried off to Goodwill. We made no less than 5-6 loads to Goodwill, and they knew our names, you know, by the time we made the last ones. Oh, here you guys are again. I said, yeah. And I told the guy, I said, well, you're a nice guy, but I hope like hell I never see you again. And he just laughed. He knew what we were going through. But, you know, it's just one of those deals, kind of bittersweet. You know, I'm glad to have it all done, but it definitely carries a finality with it. It just kind of tells me, Uncle Floyd, he's gone. It's over. And that's sad. That's sad, because he was so cool. He was so much fun to be around. Going through Uncle Floyd's stuff, not only did we find income tax stuff from the 90s beyond, we also found this. And if anybody can tell me what this is, I would certainly appreciate it. It's got that good 1960s color to it, that good old turquoise, and it looks like some invention from the 50s or 60s too. Quite possibly a massager? I don't know. If any of you know what to do. Comment section's down there. Thank you. Floyd did have a few pocket knives. He kind of collected pocket knives. Some of them had all the blades broken out of them. Some of them were rusted. Some of them were just destroyed. Some of them pretty nice. Some of them were brand new in boxes. I found one that I really, really liked. And it's a Carl Schleiper Now, if it was all corroded and the oak handles looked all gummy and nasty, had some brass inserts on it that were corroded, and the blade was so rusted I couldn't hardly tell who the maker was. Got my little restoring kit here, and yes, that is blood on there, and we won't talk about that. My dad always says it's easier to cut yourself with a dull knife than a sharp knife, but a sharp one will cut you too. But nevertheless, I got to working on this thing, and for you restorers and purists out there who watched Justin from Good of the Land, I did not take any metal off of these. I only took the corrosion off. You steel wool and all that, so I just got the rust off, and I got the handles looking nice again too. So anyway, I did feel kind of like Justin there for a little bit. And if you guys like restoring videos, things like this, go run over to Good of the Land. Justin's an awesome guy, and he has some of the most beautiful restorations. Again, I digress. I'm getting off track here. But let me see where we're supposed to be right now. All right, I know where I am now. We're okay. But anyway, aren't these exciting stories today, guys? Let's see. It's not all been frustrating, irritating work. We have had a little bit of fun. As a matter of fact, all these knuckleheads came out here last week, and we went down and did some fishing. And man, did they tear it up. And only let's see, only Lincoln was the only one that fell in, and it was not a full body submersion. It was one leg went in. No snake bites, maybe some mosquitoes, maybe some chiggers. I don't think any poison ivy. So it was a pretty good trip. The only ones that didn't have a good time were the little bluegills, the little perch kind of fish in the water. And man, those kids caught a mess of those things. Abe, what'd you get?
I got a big fish today.
You got a big fish today?
Yeah.
And it was just a good time. Well, guys, that's about it for today. The game cameras have been running for the entire month that I've not been posting video, so I've got a lot of really good wildlife footage. And like I said, after about another week, I'll be done with all of this work, and hopefully I can start getting some videos out very regularly. But a lot of babies out here on the ranch, a lot of mamas and daddies taking care of their babies, out procuring food, like this little fox right here. That is a big rat. I didn't even know we had rats that big out here on the ranch, but that little dude found one. And all the little deer, the babies, we got a great baby crop this year. Lots of little babies, lots of twins. I think I've seen one set of triplets, but they're all doing good. The creeks are still flowing good. Got a lot of green grass, so the moms still have a lot of body fat, and they're really taking care of the babies well. So everything's looking good. One other thing we need to do today is celebrate an anniversary. And this is some of our subscribers here on this channel that we all love. And it's Bernie and Corky, and they just had their 23rd wedding anniversary on the 21st. So I'm sorry it's belated, but I hope you guys had a wonderful anniversary. And for all of the rest of you guys out there, myself included, we need to be praying for these people. They need our prayers, and we need to remember them. And for those of you that aren't the praying types, keep them in your positive thoughts. Think good things about them and love them, because they need us right now. So remember that. One other little housekeeping thing I need to do is to tell you that I've got some friends who will not wear their masks because of ridiculous things. Their comment is the government didn't know at first and told us that masks do no good, and now they're telling us they do good. They can't make up their mind. I'm not going to do it because it's a bunch of crap. Well, let me tell you, I've been living in virology. I studied virology. I've been practicing virology and battling viruses for 40 years. I know a little bit about it. I have been wearing masks for all that time too. Anytime I have an animal on the table cracked open, I'll have a mask on, only because I don't want my respiratory droplets carrying anything that's in my lungs, in my throat, in my nose, in my mouth, into that animal's open body cavity. The deal about the mask is that if you are wearing a mask and someone comes up and he's spewing coronavirus on you, that mask is not going to protect you. Very unlikely that it will. But if that person has a mask on, it's going to knock down about 80% of the respiratory droplets that carry the virus. They're going to hang on the inside of his mask. Granted, they're going to go out to the sides, underneath it, above it, around the eyes, but 80% of it will be trapped. If everyone wears a mask, we're going to knock down the aerosol contagion by 80%. I hope by now, I've been on here for 3 years, talking to you guys for 3 years. I hope I try to come straight across and be your friend. I don't come up with I don't act like I'm a wacky, crazy, strike that last statement. I try to be your friend. I think I'm not any smarter than anybody else. In certain fields, I'm more educated than most, and that's one. And I think you can trust me. So, for those of you that have your doubts, wear it. I've got a classmate who got a little bit lazy with hers, and now she has coronavirus, and she gave it to her dad because she didn't wear her mask when she was contagious and did not realize it. And she ran fever for 8 days. You don't want to give that to your loved ones. You don't want to do that. So anyway, I will get down off this soapbox right now. That was heavy on my heart, and I just had to pass it on. Wear your mask and do all the rest of the crap that you know you're supposed to do, because there's more virus out there right now than there was when they first shut the country down and we were all scared and staying home. We need to be doing that now even more than we were then. Granted, we still have to go make a living, and I understand that, but just do the best you can with what you've got. That's all I ask. And if you have any doubts on the mask thing, please take my advice. All right, guys, that is it. Like I said, got a whole bunch of new wildlife pictures coming out, and I'll try to have them out hopefully within a week, maybe 10 days. I'll get you a new video out that will be a hell of a lot more entertaining than this one. Anyway, guys, I love you guys. I look forward to seeing you next time. You guys take care of each other, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye now. So what you doing there, Al?
Neutering a dog, Dad.
All right. Who's going to learn you?
That's a mistake.